So I was born in Tashkent, Uzbekistan in 1997, and when I was 2 years old we moved to the United States, Hamilton. We actually moved to Hamilton, Massachusetts, and we lived there for a year while my mom was finishing up her master's degree at Gordon Conwell. And then she also had my younger brother, Jojo, and then we moved back to Uzbekistan, Tashkent, when I was 4. And we lived there up until I was 11 years old. And then we moved to Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. And we lived there for a year. And then I moved back to Massachusetts. And we actually lived in the town over from Hamilton, Ipswich. So technically I am a TCK, but I don't necessarily feel like one all the time because my mom is from Uzbekistan and my dad's from the United States. So either way, either place I stay at, I live, I feel local and I feel very much at home. Growing up, I was surrounded by my mom's sisters, Nazira, Dulfuzapa, Umidapa, and her younger brother, Begza. And being here in America, I grew up with my dad's family, my grandparents, and all my cousins from both places. So my experience as a TCK is a little bit different, but I'm very much local in both places. Like I said, I grew up in Uzbekistan up until I was 11 years old, and then the Uzbek government asked my family to leave the country. So we moved to a neighboring country in the north, Kyrgyzstan, where it gave me a good period of time to process what had happened. It was a really hard time. Both me and my mom were depressed, and we didn't have our family and our whole lives. They just were taken away from us. So that was a really big issue. But Kyrgyzstan was, I think, the best place to go just because there was a lot of other families there too, and other TCKs that I could relate to who had also left Uzbekistan. And they were really helpful in seeing the bright side of things. And looking back on my moves, my view on traveling and moving a lot and the world have definitely been changed and affected by those moves, especially my idea of home and the importance of living, I think, in a steady environment as well as home, but mostly I think environment is a huge factor. Being uprooted from my home is definitely not something that I'd want for my children, and I think it's important for people to travel. It definitely taught me a lot, but I also think it's very important to be rooted in a stable environment. The cool thing about being a TCK is that when you leave a place, you don't leave everything there behind you. You take back and keep memories with you. And for me, my mom, just her being a constant in my life, she talks to me in Uzbek randomly, and she makes ash, which is like a traditional rice dish that we used to have, and little things like that remind me of who I am and what has made me who I am. My name is Naomi Crayson, and I am third.